Hello and welcome. So I'm back now from my family home, and these have been sitting here, both of them, curing for around 3 weeks. If you haven't watched the previous video where I prepare and spray paint this design on these cases, I highly recommend doing so for context, whether you watch it before or catch up afterwards. I'll link it in the description below. These have been sitting there while I've been at the family home for 3 weeks. Now, yeah, I think, yeah, that's solid now. So I'm really excited about these. Okay, so next day, and it's beautiful and it's sunny. And yeah, looking forward to doing all this. It's a nice summertime project, and we've had an amazing summer this year. So let's get first things first. I'm not going to go near the modules just yet. What I want to do first actually is sort out the panels and the electronics in the case first. Do you know sometimes when you're a little disoriented in the sense of because I did this before I went away to the family home, and then I did a few other projects there, came back and I did the Amiga Vampire, finished that off, which still needs to have a continuation. You know, I have extra info about that now, so I will continue that after this. But when you have a break, quite a break between projects, you kind of lose where you're at sometimes. And yeah, that's what it's slightly feeling like here right now. Now initially it was actually last summer where when I first got this bus, I'm actually in the family home. So I first got this bus, and it was really, I wish I got it earlier because it just made things so much easier. And not to mention that there's that thing I think I mentioned in the last, again, I've forgotten what I've mentioned in the the first part of this video. I may repeat things. Okay, so what I want to do now is where the electronics parts come in. I want to change the color of this LED. One a different color to the other. I want one to be blue, one to be red. Just so it kind of gives more of a colorful, cosmic-y kind of feel. Now they don't have to be tiny like they are here, but there's a few different types of blue. I only like a certain type of blue LED. That's the cyan type, more than the indigo-y type of one. This is one thing that annoys me, right? When they make LEDs for no reason hyper bright to the point where you get dazzled looking at them. LEDs and also car headlights. Retro LEDs, that's what we want. The old school styles, which I've kept from back in the day till now. And let's test with diode tester, which kind of blue I like. Normally LEDs are quite easy. I cannot tell you just how fiddly and awkward these LEDs have been to replace. Both to desolder and to solder into. I think it's just the hole is smaller than normal for the legs. It's just caused it to be so awkward. It's just like it shouldn't have taken me this long just to desolder and solder LEDs. Right, done now. Let's test this one and move on. Okay, fantastic. Nice and colorful and not overpowering. Right, time to move on to this now. But my plan is, I'm sure I've explained this in the last one, but I cannot remember if I did or not. So I'll explain again. So these two here are the inputs. So you put the output, whatever from your modular synth, into here, and you've got two of them. And then you take it out from here into your amplifier or your mixer or whatever you're connecting this into. So this is the output. So what I want instead, right, instead of the output coming out of here, I want to tap the output and create another one, because I created an extra hole, if you remember. So this will give me an extra input, so to speak. It acts like a splitter or more a joiner. Basically, I've just done all the solder and electronics and everything, so I'll turn the soldering iron off for now. Oh, it's really annoying me, the fact that I cannot find those colored screw nut things. These things. It's really annoying. Check if it works. There we go. It's like a nice subtle LED. I like that. Wow, that looks so much more elegant with the darker background than it does with the white, the original white that it was. Oh, I love this. I'm loving the look of this. It's got a certain elegance to it. Alright, so next day here. Okay, so next day here, and I've just spent another few hours looking for those screw nut things, and no luck. I have no idea, they literally just vanished. And it's a shame because they were like colored ones from Bifaco, just like these ones here, and it's a shame because they're not cheap. Just like anything modular synth, it's not cheap and it's expensive just for the sake of being expensive. That's what annoys me about the modular synth thing, and that's what's annoyed me from the beginning, because things are just needlessly, you know, and that's why I've had to really like halt on everything here. So when they turn up, hopefully, now I'll put them on here. And it wasn't just for aesthetic reasons, it was also for, because you know, on my channel I do a lot of this color coding, you know, with things like this. I'm a visual person, I do a lot of, I use the aesthetic. So these will have to do for now. Right, now with regards to the actual labels here, I'm gonna need labels. You know, I cannot just, because there's a few different things here, and it'll not be easy. So what I'm thinking of doing, and I actually should have thought of this while I was painting it, you know, before I put the top coat on, so I may in future do that, but pass the pens. Yes, I'm trying to try some on the test piece here. That's nice. It's a bit thick, but it's nice. Okay, so that's one done. I don't mind it, having the handwritten look. Actually, I need to do this as well. Okay, so there we go. That's the label. It's on the back. I mean, we know that's USB. So now on to the second one. The problem with this Posca pen, it's a much thicker, so it's more difficult to do things like this, like at a fine level. Okay, I'm happy with that, actually. And I like the inconsistency with it, like it's handwritten, rather than being too perfect. Right, so let's now continue with installing this. I mean, it'll do. It's not gonna last forever, because if you keep doing that, it's gonna rub off. It takes some doing, actually. Yeah, they'll fade over time, but you could just rewrite them on. Okay, so because there's raw power, it falls just under. Yeah, I really do regret that. Not getting the 4.5. It's really good. I do recommend this. I just wish it was more powerful than that. Even the 4.5 is pushing it. So what I'm going to do is this. So I have two of these for the original, from the original cases. So what I want to do is this one, some of the modules, using the power from the internal, the case itself, and some of the ones from the outside, because it'll take some strain away from this. It's a shame because it's like there's a lot of power points here. It's just the power supply, well, more the raw power that cannot like output enough oomph. The power supply is fine. The power supply, I got a custom one. It's 15 volts, 6 amps. So this is gonna power both the cases, and the raw power, you know, more than enough. Okay, so this is with the side jigs on, and I have to say this is my look. I'm absolutely loving this. It's just, yeah, this is my look. This really is my look. It just feels like it's something from the 80s. And not only that, it's the whole galaxy thing along with the wood, the dark wood on the side, which I just really love. And yeah. And even the handwritten things, it's just, it goes well. It feels like it's the vibe, it's giving the exact feeling which I wanted this to give from the beginning. So yeah, I'm really happy. I'm really happy with this. So now let's start installing this. I kind of want to get my modules installed. See, this raw power thing, it's okay, now I screw this on here. Right, the other one here, this connects to the actual raw power itself. For a split second I thought, what am I doing? Why am I sticking this with double-sided tape? Because I've got these things. These standoffs. But the thing with these is that these will elevate the entire board. So that means the deeper modules won't be able to fit. So I'm fine. I think it's right the way it is. I'm so excited about the look of this. Right. While I'm here, let's stick down the feet. Very careful here. Right, so I'm gonna hot glue these on because the stickiness has come off. So I did need the hot glue for the button on the side, the power button. So there's going to be two power buttons here. One is to turn on this power, the raw power, and the second one is to turn on these two, which not only will power this bus, but also all the electronics here, like the MIDI and everything. So the main power goes into the actual raw power from the wall, So you turn these two on permanently. This goes in here. This goes in here. Maybe I should do an internal solution to this more than external, because it's just this thing here, and then, which is annoying. So I might later on, hopefully once I found the stupid screw nuts, is at the same time do an internal power wiring. Thing is, with this raw power, that's where it goes in, the power goes in. When you turn this on and off, this switch makes no difference to this, or else the problem would have been solved. You know, I would have just had, you know, just turn that on and everything turns on, but this, it makes no difference to this. The switch only turns on the bus power. So this is why I have turned that on and turned this on. Okay, so let's test the power first. Okay, so when we turn the side button on, as you can see, it turns on the power to both the cases. And then we turn this on, it turns on the bus power here. So yeah, there's two power on. So if you turn that off or on, it makes no difference to this. So it just has to be separate. But at least that's working. I just need to make this internal, because something that's got a very definite space theme or cosmic theme to it is the Quasar by News 8 Instruments. Now this creates the stereo image for you. It can be like 3D, and it can kind of, you can choose where it goes. So that, you need to be careful here. And the second is one which I really like. I just love the, as you can see, you know that I like this spacey, retro-futuristic kind of theme a little bit. Especially like this type of feel to it. I got the Starlab. I couldn't resist it. And it's the best reverb unit that I've ever experienced. It just adds that wonderful rich reverb with shimmer and everything. It's just, it is absolutely gorgeous. And I think it's gonna suit this. I'm really excited putting all these in, because it's in with this, I envisioned this cosmic look to this galaxy look for a while now. But it's finally materialized, and it's just really good. And I'm loving it. Can't stop smiling. It's looking as good as I imagined in my mind last year. I wanted to do this last summer, at the tail end of last summer, but the problem is the weather just suddenly turns bad, and then it's just raining and it's cold and everything, and you just, there's no way you can spray paint outside. So these are basically cable clips, right, which you put on here, so you screw on there. Along with them, and I think we need these because when it gets too spaghettified. Okay, so the next one which I've put in is the Ricochet by EOWave, and it's a decay and VCA, but it's a very percussive one, so you can actually create a little beat or hi-hat. Okay, so last one on the top row is the Vector Wave by RYK. This is an FM oscillator, so it sounds quite like the DX7 and the Mega Drive. So it's there with its little extension here. Actually, before we put that in, there's another one which I put in here. It's called a Pluck by 2HP. So this is a 2HP plug. I think it's best putting this in first, because it's the smaller one. Problem with these 2HP modules, well, particularly this Pluck one, is that they're quite deep because they're 2HP. Makes life hard. It's sort of, yeah. I bet you this is going to be more trickier to put in than the RYK and its extension. That wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Okay, so the top row is now done. Now I need to concentrate on the bottom row. So that first at the end, I want to put the mixer there. It's the audio mixer. But even more so at the end, even ender. I'm gonna put the Listen 10. And this is the Morpheus. We'll also put this onto the other bus because now then, I have two variegates, alright? I have the variegate 4 Plus and the variegate 8 Plus. The 8 Plus is kind of double the 4 Plus in a way, but I like how the 4 Plus works better. So it's like I like the 4 Plus. I do wish that the variegate 8 Plus was just a double 4 Plus, but it kind of isn't. It works a little differently. It's a bit more faffier to use, even though the functionality is there. It works a little differently. For this, I do prefer the variegate 4 Plus, but in this case, I'm going to put, in this case meaning this case, and also in this case, I'm going to put the variegate 4 Plus in because it uses less space as well. And this is what I'm struggling with in this. So the variegate 4, this I'll probably get an external case for it at some point. Those are by Maliko, by the way. This negative on stripe is confusing. There's negative voltage on the stripe. I don't like that, to be honest. Yeah, I much prefer the 4 Plus. There's something about it that's just... I think I'm gonna put one of these on as well. One which I'd love to have is Pamela's Workout Pro. That'd be really good. But there's so many that I want. It's like you look at them and you're like, oh my god, this would be really good in my setup. That would be really good in my setup. Honestly, once you get into it, once you start looking at them, there's so many. One thing I also like is, and I'm glad that I did, was continue the actual pattern. Like I sprayed them both together, so you see the purple here kind of continues off into the top case, and the blue here continues off into the top, and you know it's related to one another in relation to. A very special thank you to my top tier patrons: Rich Garbett, Axel Dominator, Jason Marison, Corey Ostman, Brian Mitchell, Mark Bosek, and Monochrome Minako. Thank you all so much for your support. I really appreciate it.